Alright. Of course there's an update. Hot tubs playlist. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Hello.
How are ya?
Good. All right.
How's it like without the dog?
Simple. I could use the downstairs bathroom again.
Yeah. Are there any positions you're looking at, Bear? Like, hey, this coming off season, I need to get this or get rid of this.
No,
Not really.
my team pretty good. What I want to do is have like use all my budget on one player. That's what I want to do because everyone else is
Solid.
so probably just a central midfielder. Yeah, my front is stacked. My center backs are good.
They're young. There's not like anybody. I mean, Whitehorse is like the only old one, right?
And Pope, and I already got the replacement for Pope, and Wickhurst, yeah, he's there. He's good leader and all that, so he's gonna sit there. Yeah.
Gotcha. Hey, I mean, hey.
Yeah, development got a lot of stars on the potential side too. That still need to be achieved. So.
Right, exactly. If you have players there, then they just need time, you know.
Yeah, so I said it was probably a really good thing that I went down to train all my players. In the long run, at least. Adam Brian Hine is my 19-year-old striker who is developing at an extraordinary pace. So, have him on contract till 2030, so he's good. So.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a long time.
He's probably gonna be one of the best strikers in the league.
Who's that?
Adam Bernie Hine. Adam Bernie Hine. 19-year-old posting a 7.27 in the championship. 17 acceleration.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
I mean, to get like 4 stats in green at 19 is pretty good.
Yeah, that's true.
Get me out. Evidently that sub, the Titanic sub, just kind of collapsed and exploded on itself.
Is that what it said?
Sounds like it. Yep.
Just
That's to be one of the dumbest things. That whole thing is one of the dumbest things I've heard in a while.
Yep.
Like you're just an idiot with too much money and you can't even think of anything better to do.
That's what I feel like. Are you really that bored that you just want to go do something extremely stupid? And it's honestly like, the whole experience, the window you can view out of is like a 5-inch window, and most of the excursion is viewed on a TV screen, right? And so you don't really do it to see the wreckage, because I'm sure like the views aren't very great 12,000 feet underwater, right?
Right.
You just straight up do it for the clout, and so that when you have people over to your house for your masquerade party next year, you can say, "Oh yeah, last summer I went and saw the Titanic, like not the movie, but the actual Titanic at the bottom of the ocean." That's the only reason you do it, is to flex on people, and it's just like, dude, just go buy another car or something,
Yep.
It's very bizarre.
Yep. I'm sad they died, but I mean,
but
I mean, are you sad for somebody that's dying when they're like, obviously doing something really stupid? Like, I'm still sad.
Right.
I'm not surprised. Is like,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, it's still sad. I'm sad they died. That nobody deserves to die. I'm sure that was not a very pleasant death either. I can think of some better ways to go out. At the bottom of the ocean, just the ship just kind of combusting on itself or contracting on itself.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine it was a pretty quick death, because 12,000 feet underwater, the pressure there, like as soon as that thing busted, like they were dead instantly. So I would imagine it's like better than just, I don't know, asphyxia or whatever it's called, where you just drown to death. But yeah, it's definitely not. I don't recommend. Yeah, it doesn't get a 5-star review from me.
Yeah. Ugh. Well. Freaking Brighton.
I've got a good run of matches here that I really need to take advantage of. I've got Bournemouth, Rotterdam, Brighton.
I just had an easy schedule this last 5-6 games, really.
And I have Liverpool, which is tough, and I have Leeds. So, like... Yeah.
Schedule matters a lot. I had Fulham twice in these last, 6 games. I was home to Villa, who's pretty low. I was at Tottenham, who, Tottenham, what are they in the table? They're 14th. So it's not like they're giants right now. So
it will be when Coach Billy Mack takes over.
There you go. That's right. There you go.
Got some good players here.
How about you, Bear? What's your schedule like coming up here?
Pretty just Saturday only at this point.
That's good.
Yeah. I played 2 teams in the top 10 for the rest of the year, so.
How many home games you
got?
Half of them.
Proud, yeah. Hey, can I get a delay on the...
You need a little delay?
Yeah. Because one of my players is...
Yep. I put in for it. You get a minute extra. Let me know if you need more.
Yeah, that's a good one that you do. Is that like somebody like my Max Kelman is my center back, and he was like, I really want to go. I want to go to Shakhtar, which, as I've learned the hard way, Turkish transfer window is still open now. He would move now. He wouldn't move in end of the year. I already sold one of my center backs, so it's like, okay, no, I need you, bro. And then, but if you just like say, like, you go talk to him and you're like, hey, their offer's too low, man. It's too low.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, it'd be high enough. Okay, and then you go higher. So like, he was like, what is his value? Well, now his value is 65 million, but before it was like 40 to 55, somewhere in there. So yeah, if somebody gives you 65 million, okay, Godspeed. But they're probably not going to do that. And so you end up eventually just keeping them. He's like, well, I guess they never matched the offer that we agreed on, so no problem, skipper. But they give you like 10 options in there, and you got to pick the correct one, or else it goes sideways pretty quick.
Yeah. I think, like, some of that stuff's kind of weird. With, like, sometimes, like, with the options and selecting the right window, it just seems like there's not a whole lot of consistency to it.
Right. That is pretty weird. Okay, everybody's
Alright. Pope is I just accepted an offer for Pope. 8.75 mil, so it's
not
good.
bad.
I think your backup goalkeeper's better.
Yeah. I just needed a reason to start him, I guess.
I've been thinking about making an offer for your backup goalkeeper.
Gomez? I just got him. I just got him like this
Yeah,
transfer window.
He is not interested in joining Impedons because he just recently joined his club.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's the feedback I'm getting when I try to poach him.
Keep working on him. Keep working on him. That's funny.
Oh my god. So what happened with the PGA Tour? They like sold to Saudi Arabia or something?
For me, that is one of the funniest. I mean, I wouldn't say funny, but it's just one of the most.
Because there was like a holdout,
amusing.
or like
right? There was like one of the most amusing
something?
stories. So basically, are you aware of this, Bill, or no?
No, you're gonna educate me.
Okay. So basically, Saudi Arabia, just like they're trying to do in all sports. Basically, they're trying to do it. They're doing it in soccer. There's a Saudi Arabian guy who's trying to buy Manchester United right now. They're trying to press their influence because, frankly, the world is kind of laxed on. They don't care anymore as much as about how their culture is, backwards and all that. They'll just take the money anyway. So basically, they created the Live League, which is LIV. Saudi Arabia did, and they offered all of these like top tier golfers like 5-year deals. Like, hey, I'll pay you 5 years, 120 million to play on our tour. So whether you win or lose, doesn't matter. As long as you're playing and we rebroadcast it, you're getting paid. And so a lot of like I mean, you might not be aware of the names, but like Brooks Koepka was on there, Phil Mickelson was on there, and some other golfers. And the PGA was, of course, like, well, hey, what the hell is this? Because PGA doesn't pay. They don't have like a contract. It's like you just get paid. You just get paid based on how well you do. It's kind of like tennis, where it's like you just get paid your prize money. That's your money. That's your payment. It's prize money. So Live, obviously, for any athletes to offer guaranteed cash, a lot of people are going to be like, hell yeah, so don't take that. I don't care, where it's at or where I have to go or whatever. And so, but they have so much money, and the PGA was like, no, y'all are awful. We'll never join you guys. We're blackballing all the players that go. We're going to keep going as we are, and we're going to sue Live, or, the Saudi Arabian, which basically they're a nation. They're suing a nation, basically, at that point. That, hey, what y'all done was, antitrust, blah, 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 kind of stuff. And then that goes on for like a year or so, and then basically the PGA is like running out of money due to lawyer fees, and they have to capitulate and be like, because Liv wasn't like really, they wanted a seat at the table. They just want to be involved in the PGA. Like they're not like, that was kind of like they're doing that as like a step into the door. And then the PGA is eventually like, you know what? All right, we're giving you a board seat. We're going to give you, some capital. We're gonna put some tour events in Saudi Arabia. Like they basically capitulated, somewhat. It was a compromise to a certain extent, but somewhat they capitulated to the Saudi Arabians. And so, but there was so, obviously there was some racial, it's old white guys in PGA. There was a lot of racial talk. Like we're never going to bow down to these foreigners when it comes to our PGA. And a lot of the players like Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy were like, you know what, you're right. We are going to stand behind the PGA on this one. And we're going to be, we're not going to take the Live money. And so the players that took the Live money are going to go back into the PGA with the Live money as well as the prize money. So the people that took the Live money, like Brooks Koepka, is like, all right, I got $120 million. That deal still stands. And then if I go win the U.S. Open, I'll get the money for that too. And so Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods and all the players that stayed are just like, we got absolutely effed because you told us that you weren't going to capitulate, you weren't going to make an agreement. You told us not to join Live because that's going to turn into a disaster. And it turns out that basically Live won. So it does open the door for that potentially something similar happening that with tennis though, because if it happened with golf, Saudi Arabia, they're just trying to increase their influence worldwide. That's what they're in the business of doing. Qatar as well, it's going to try. Qatar's trying to do the World Cup and soccer and all that too. So it's kind of what they're trying to do.
I don't think it changes my perception of that area at all. Regardless if they buy PGA or tennis players.
And not you, not the educated man. But, Joe Blow down the street, hey, if PGA thinks that Saudi Arabia is cool, you know what, maybe they're not so bad.
So the money's kind of burning the hole in their pocket, and they're trying to find something to do with it, and they did PR campaigns for sports.
Correct. Because they're having trouble, because to be frank, so the Arabians in general, they have done a good job, let's say diversifying their investments. Like they have English football teams. They have land in England. They have land in other parts of the world. They have, different industries. They have the energy industry. They have travel industry. Obviously, Fly Emirates. They sponsor stadiums. Like they have, and they've done a pretty good job at diversifying. That's why they have more money than they would just by being idiots with oil. So now, culturally, that's what their kind of goal is. They're trying to culturally get them to be more accepted and get further opportunities for investment. Basically, right now, the money's winning, and they have a lot of money. So, but just Tiger Woods just got effed.
He'll be all right, I think.
Yeah, he'll be all right. I agree. But that's what they were saying is that PGA, you got to come to some kind of compensation because Tiger Woods. Can you imagine how much the Saudi Arabians offered Tiger Woods to go to be in the Live League? If they're offering Brooks Koepka 120 mil, they're offering Tiger Woods, $400 million.
Yeah.
The face of golf, basically, best golfer alive, or at least as far as legacy goes.
Yeah, most famous, that's for sure.
Right. That's why the same thing they did with Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, hey, we threw $200 million a year at Ronaldo to play for us in Saudi Arabia. He's like, all right, straight cash.
They're ready to throw it at Messi.
And they didn't. He said no. Because he has, well, one.
Because he doesn't. No, it's because he wants to live in Miami. That's
Exactly.
what it is.
He wants his family to live in the United States. Correct.
Yeah, he's not trying to live in the Middle East.
Correct.
And at this point in his career, $400 million is not enough, I guess.
Adidas and Apple gave him a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Adidas gave him some stock. Adidas gave him some stock options, and Apple
Just
let him be
give him a
involved
slice
in
of
the
the pie.
slice of the pie and the television or broadcasting. So he's done pretty well for himself. Let's see.
Well, I had 2 first half goals here against Bournemouth.
Oh, very nice.
And then they had 3 second half goals.
Oh god. Damn it.
You know you're able to take players off now? Just because they're injured?
What do you mean?
I used all my subs, and I don't want Macias to keep on playing, so I just right-clicked on him and said take off. I just took him off the field.
Right-click?
Yeah.
So you're playing 10 versus 11?
Yeah, by choice.
Oh, that's nice.
I don't know. I remember trying that a long time ago.
Right.
I can show you right now. Show you. I was like, God dang, don't play. We're already up by 2.
Right, yeah.
The team.
It's not worth it.
So he was. Let me cancel this and go back to it. So he's injured here on the right. I just right click and I click take off.
Okay.
And I'm gonna move this guy over, and then
Pretty cool.
hope for the best.
Yeah.
Can I put him back on? Tag in.
Ah.
Well, maybe the tides have turned. I've got the penalty tonight so far.
Let's go.
Equalize it at 3-3.
Yeah, Bournemouth beat me not too long ago. They're frisky.
They're tough.
Hey, whatever happened with the blood reserves there, Bill?
Go. Yes, go. Let's freaking go. They better stand. Thomas Boxall. Come on, baby. TB12. He's back, and he's better than ever.
Let's go.
So the results did not show an infection.
Good.
Everything looks good on it, but they still want me to go get a X-ray type deal.
Right.
I was just gonna kind of blow it off because, no big deal. But then earlier at like 7:15 tonight, it happened again.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, man, it's like debilitating. Just curled up in a ball and just in so much pain. So I took the medicine that they prescribed to me. I'm gonna look up the name of it right now, in case you're wondering. It is DICY, so dicyclomine. Dicyclomine. Anyway, they gave that to me, and I guess that helps with spasms, abdominal spasms, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it started hurting at like 7:10, 7:15, and I just took the maximum of that the bottle says I can take. And then I just writhed around on the floor in pain for 20 minutes. Like contemplating the meaning of life altogether. And then it started working, and now I feel like exactly like I did before. So definitely, since there was a repeat occurrence, I'm trying to figure out like what course of action I need to take to go get it looked at.
Right. Yeah.
Because it was not fun. I definitely like dietary need to change some things immediately. That'll probably help. Like I know a lot of that is. I now understand how the gallbladder works. Never knew before, but now I do. And so trying to eat some foods that don't make it work so hard might help.
Right. Yep. That's true.
So.
Oh, good. Oh yeah. I mean, I think that's. In some ways, good news.
Yeah. I just. I was, maybe naively hoping, like,
Right.
are
Sure.
we just gonna, take that medicine on Saturday, have this once in a lifetime flare up, but then now it happened again. I ate fish and chips at a restaurant tonight, so I think it just overdid it.
Yep.
So it's just gonna cut out literally anything fried and
Yeah. Anything
start going to the
fatty fried stuff for now. Cut it out.
Yeah. Yep. So.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
happy the medicine. It's a good sign the medicine's helping as much as it is.
Oh man, it was when it's not helping though. I mean, when it's before
Right.
it kicks in. Oh my gosh, it is the worst pain in the world.
Yeah.
But
That's not fun. How'd the game? Where were we at? Where were we at?
I ended up winning 4-3.
Let's go. 90 in the
Tom
first
Block,
minute.
Tom Block's on the hero. He's back, baby.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's all that you took it to Brighton 3-1.
Thank goodness. Yeah. Got it. The loans are paying out. I mean, I definitely sacrificed some long-term stuff to get some pretty strong loans in. That's just kind of where I was at when January was coming around. It's kind of like, I really need to win some games or I'm gonna lose my job. So we have over-indexed into loans a little bit, but
I mean, if it results in you fighting for the Euro, like
right.
a chance at
That's
the Euro, I
necessary.
think you're gonna be chilling.
Yeah.
Like that was on some of my other files I played. That was a really big selling point for players. Is whenever I qualified for major tournaments like the Euro, the Champions League, etc. All of a sudden, when you ask the agent about availability, they're like, "Yeah, I'm interested."
Right. Right.
My client would be very excited about the
Yeah.
chance to play in the Euro Cup. Oh yeah, well, you weren't very excited last year.
Right. couldn't even get you to pick up the phone last year, but now all of a sudden you're in.
How did things go for you, Sean?
Yeah, I'll go
3-1. They
Nice.
scored at me after I took the guy off, Matthias off, but then I scored again. So
There you go.
I couldn't put him back on though, even
Okay.
even
Good to know.
injured.
Good to know.
He was
That is
taken off for
valuable.
good.
Right. He's not coming back. Okay.
I tried to see if I could just mess around, put a guy in, put a guy out, put a guy in, put a guy
Right.
out.
Next up, I've got old Rotterdam. The Tigers, right?
The Millers. The Millers.
The Millers, yeah.
Close. Close.
Not really.
Give you credit.
First pick of the draft's in the NBA draft.
Oh yeah, baby. We got him.
Da-da-da.
We have our
Da-da-da.
man.
Was there a Vegas bet to say if he was gonna get picked first?
Oh god.
And did
Okay.
There was.
bet
There
the
was.
house on it or something?
I can't imagine it was a good payout.
Bet $1 million, get
Right.
10
To
cents.
get $100 or something. Yeah.
What channel is that on?
I
ESPN,
just the NBA. Yeah, well, I got
I've got it.
yeah, it's
2000. YouTube TV.
San Antonio Spurs. We're back, baby.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back to relevancy.
Added Silver looks like damn Skeletor.
Yeah, he does.
What in the sequence is this kid wearing? I'm watching. I don't know if y'all are watching, but they're interviewing this Grady Dick guy. He's wearing
Oh yeah,
sequins.
that's right. Yeah.
Holy, from freaking head to toe with sequins.
Is he gonna put on some weight or something? He's a damn twig.
Ooh.
Wembanyama?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, he's 19.
Wait till he hits puberty.
That's right.
He'll be a 9-footer.
I mean, he is a pole. Good.
Can y'all look at my stream for a second? I'm not streaming.
They're not streaming.
Yeah, looking.
I feel like I'd have to. I'm really thinking I might have to take this deal.
Okay. Matt Skillman.
28 years old.
Sure. Oh yeah, I'm taking that one. Running with it.
But the last offer was like at 40, so now it went up 14 mil. I think I'm gonna take it. He's not bad, but
Yeah, yeah.
How much is it? It's saying 43 plus 10?
yeah, 54 total.
Yeah,
My
I mean,
scouts say 65.
Well, that's because I negotiated with him on that. So I did persuade to stay and say, hey, you know what? If we get an offer at this, I'll let you go. He's like, okay. But I mean, I don't know if I'm getting a better one than this.
I'll sell you Jamal Baptiste.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd dump him.
Yeah, I think he's gone. See you, buddy. I'll play an 18-year-old if I have to, but that's just too much money. When you get into the 50s, it's hard even who the player is to be like, no. Because they don't offer $50 million very often for anybody.
Yeah.
A payoff? Okay.
They want to pay off.
What does that mean? I have to pay $210K for him to go?
Following his bid, make it bigger. Following his bid information with Tom Canoe has asked for 210 loss of earnings. Canoe's earned that affiliate agreement payout result of deal break it down. Well, I mean, if you want to sell him, I guess you gotta do payment of 210 to the player. Yeah.
Sure. Yep. Chicken feed.
Chicken feed.
I'll be alright.
Oh,
I already have
the fans though. What's the
fans-
Twitter feed?
The fans aren't gonna like it.
The Twitter feed. They just bought the jersey. They just bought his jersey.
Twitter feed.
Tweet.
Players come and go. Absolutely devastated if he leaves. I hope these rumors aren't true. Yeah, well. Have you seen our balance sheet, fans?
They don't have access to that.
Because this will put me out of the red.
Oh, so you're playing balance
Playing Moneyball.
sheet football?
Yeah. Playing Moneyball, I'll be out of the red. I had a nice schedule here. I have Crystal Palace next.
Mm.
And then home to West Ham. And they are 13th, so yeah, I just gotta avoid a lot of the big boys.
Really excited to play Rotterdam.
Mm-hmm.
They have, I think they'll be starting my former center back, Brandon Cooper.
Mm. They should. They should.
I mean, he just,
Bring in the ratings.
Did y'all play both y'all's games already against each other?
yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. We had a draw the first one, and then
And then Wolves won the second one, 3-2.
barely.
Came to my house and beat me 3-2.
Should have been 2-2. Should have been 2-2. I think. A balanced play. But probably should have been 1-1 the last time I played with Lewis McKay.
The highlight of his career.
Never forget. Never forget. So you're on Saturday games now, pretty much, Bear?
Yep.
That's good. Yeah, it's helpful, especially in the championship when, you know, depth is an issue in general. That you have one match a week and you can play your best 11 pretty much all the time. That's helping me a lot right now.
Man, it's a pretty cool tight race here in the top 3 spots. Between 73 points and 70 points.
Yeah. Yeah, that is going to be pretty devastating for who gets third there.
Yeah. And I mean they have some tough schedules. They have to play each other. One of them's gonna lose.
Somebody
They both lose. Oh yeah, he plays Southampton's next game's against the number 4th team. That's good. And then number 7th. I mean, most of these teams are top 10. Yeah, like half of them are top 10.
Yeah.
They do play Plymouth. That's a automatic win. Man, why is it whenever we leave our teams and they go absolutely in the dumpster?
They were overachieving prior.
Thanks to us.
Plymouth is last in the league with a negative 33 goal difference. Terrible.
Jeez. Oh gosh. I mean, there's bad and then there's that. Yeesh. That's tough. I do find it interesting that like sometimes like I feel like the players increase in sharpness like quickly, and then some players like increase in or even decrease. Like one One of my guys played all last game, and he's not even like pointing arrow up. He's just pointing arrow like just flat. It's like you played the entire game. Like, why are you not increasing your sharpness? It's not like it was a month ago. It's kind of weird.
I always thought it was like a. I never thought it was like a increasing, but yeah, that's what it says.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Well, good luck, boys.
Good luck, good luck.
At Crystal
Oh,
Palace.
Man, I got a player laying on the ground already. Get the card.
Get the cart.
30 seconds in.
Yeah.
Medical team coming to us, take him out. Oh god.
Who was it?
This
Who
guy
was
just bought.
Midfielder?
19-year-old right winger. I wanted Cantillary to maybe take a game off, come in off the bench, but
He's coming in off the bench, all right. He's coming in hot.
Yeah. Alright. Medical team ran out to him with a defibrillator.
What is the name? Ham?
Erickson?
Oh, Erickson. Yeah, that's true. Soccer. Yeah, that's true. Talking about the
Oh,
football player. What's his name? Hamlin?
Hamlin, Damar Hamlin.
Hamlin. There
Yeah, Damar Hamlin died and came back to football before Michael Thomas did.
Ay.
Michael Thomas?
Yeah, exactly. He allegedly plays for the same team.
Yeah. Oh man.
One of those guys that like went from being one of the best players in the league
Right.
to like nobody even knows who he is or where he plays for anymore.
Yeah.
Or even what his injury really is.
Yeah, nobody, the Kawhi Leonard situation, we don't know what's going on. Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows what's happening here.
Get in. Oh, let's freaking go, dude. Mo Med just stole it from the goalkeeper.
Oh, nice.
Gunter laid an egg on that one.
Gunter, my boy.
Oh, that's a penalty. Let's go.
Cooper is indeed starting.
Yep. He's got to.
Your former Rotherham starting lineup is Campbell and Tella up top. Garnetto, Matete, Dewsbury, Hall, and Uden in the midfield. Arteaga, Armo, Cooper, and Estevez on defense is fine.
There you go.
I don't know how many of those.
I say quite a few of those.
Start Garnacho. Nacho Man.
Yeah. Not your man.
Look, 2-0 on reading. There you go.
Nice. Reading very well. Hey, didn't you in reading? Wasn't reading with your Plymouth, right?
Yep. No 3-0.
That can't be a red, right? It has to be. It's a freaking red. Suck my knee. Whatever. Well. sucks. Sucks, but it is what it is.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
What happened? What happened?
I'm a forward
Oh, wow.
The
Killing him.
goalie deflected it, and I actually was able to rebound it.
Nevis! His first goal of the season, which is sad. About 25 yards. Curler.
Everyone's getting on the board. It's 5-0 in the first half. This is a sack game if I've ever seen one.
Against your old team?
My old rival.
That is wrong. That is wrong, man.
Yeah, I got like they 4 times their salary.
I know. There was that because did they end up winning the league
I think
that
so.
season?
And
They were just always sneaking around there. Even though you were undefeated, they were still like within striking distance, and
then I had the Schneid.
And then the Schneid came. Yeah.
God bless. Another one. 6-0.
Well, pretty fortunate this is against Crystal Palace to get the red. Because they're pretty bad.
You're still taking care of them, or what?
Right, yeah, I'm still. They haven't really had major opportunities. If anything, yeah, it's still. Yep, I've scored twice since I had the red, and they haven't done much. I mean, they're pretty bad. I think they're pretty bad. It's fortunate to play them and not, Arsenal or somebody legitimate.
Yeah, I think they're well on ahead as the worst team.
Yeah.
Well, Rotherham's competing for that title. So. Rotherham, Garnacho got sent off in the 43rd, and I'm just, at this point, I'm just trying to fix my goal diff.
There you go. Hey.
It's 4-0, so.
There you go. Score though. Oh.
And just like that, Wolves are one spot out of 7th. 1 point out of 7th.
There you go. We're working on it. We're working on it. I'm not appealing. Not appealing against suspension. 2 matches for my right back for that suspension. Don't appeal. We're not appealing. We take the plea. We take the plea. We take the plea bargain. We plea. We accept the plea. If we accept the plea, you can't all of a sudden go back and say, like, you know what, actually we want more. That's not how it works. It's not the law. Bill and I, 898, Bill and I.
Yep.
You're definitely right in the
6
shit
point
too.
gap though, right?
Yeah.
There's a big gap from that. That's the biggest gap in the whole table.
Yeah.
It's a gap from us.
Yeah.
Well, exception of from 18 to 19 is a pretty big gap.
Right. Yeah. 18, 19 is good to you.
But
Wolves rake in record transfer income. 178 million in players sold. Previous record was 136. You know, trying to get you guys. And now our balance is normal. Thank you. Now can I get some? Will you let me run the damn team now, please? Yep, there you go. Now they increase. I didn't even have to ask. That's crazy. They increase the transfer revenue percentage to be retained to 100% now. So
nice.
that is definitely helpful. That's fine. It's just funny how, like, I noticed when I rather save when I was Sevilla that, like, my training facilities were like at 16, and I was like, I had a surplus of cash with like player sales, and then I go to the owners and say, hey, can we increase the training facilities? They're like, no, they're fine the way they are. And I go look at England, and it's like Wolves is like at 18 training facilities, and like Newcastle is at, what are they at? Newcastle's at 20. You know, like these teams that aren't even like, you know, Chelsea and Manchester City have training facilities just really high, and then in Spain it's like, nah, you're good.
Yeah. I wish there wasn't a cap on the training facilities. Like, yeah. I wish they were just like higher. And you just go like whatever, you can have 2,000 training facility.
Right.
If you can afford it. Because like you can't really convince me that like Leicester as a club.
Right.
Not even Leicester. Who did you say had 10? Everton?
Yeah.
I mean 20?
Newcastle.
Yeah, you can't convince me that Newcastle
Right.
should be on the same playing field when it comes to training facilities as the big wigs. Like, I don't know.
Yep.
I think you should be able to, like, yeah. It just feels bad when you get to 20 because you are just equal to the top team. You're not above them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. you sold your boy Pope to Saudi Arabia, huh, Bear?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, there you
Came at me with the money. Just
You got that messy deal.
go. There you have it. There you have it.
it was I think it's what's called a crusade, right? The Pope.
Crusade. He sent him over to be the fifth crusade.
Well, he
Oh
was
man.
asking for it. I mean, he requested to go. I mean,
There you go. It's a band of the culture. Well, Baptiste makes the team of the week.
Yeah, he's
Was he hurt for a little bit there?
yeah, he had a little injury, but
3 weeks, yeah.
I have my center backs. I've got three really good ones. So they're just on a rotation into split games right now.
Nice. Yeah, that's what I had for me. Until I sold that guy for 56. I mean, he was solid. He's good. But how's the tennis camp going, Bill?
Good. Today was our last day. So
Yeah.
a little break, but it's good. We're the new coach started here last year. Really like him. He's a good guy, and he has big dreams and expectations to get the program back to what it was a decade ago.
Nice.
So I mean, we were better than the teams
Right.
with the early 2010s teams, but the early 2010 teams were playing in 4A while we're having to play 5A. So if you look at like the banners up at the school, like 2012, 2013, we were the number 3 team in state, number 4 team, number 2 team. Like we were always at the state tournament.
oh wow.
That would have been like.
Oh, that would have been the dream, huh?
That would have been Trevor Gettinger, upperclassman years. That would have been like JD's little brother Gail would have been a part of that. That girl Allie McLean would have been a part of that. So the goal is like at the 4A level, there's no reason we can't be a top 10 team in the state. Yeah. And so he's setting some stuff in place. So he hired two of the teaching pros at Al Cruz to come over to Rockport last week and do a 6-hour a day camp for a whole week. And it was really good turnout, like 30 kids that showed up.
Oh my god.
And then he had me do this camp. We had a couple dozen, and he's got the head coach from A&M Corpus coming over to do a camp in a couple weeks. So he's just got all these optional camps. Yeah. They're not mandatory, but it's really a good thing, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Overall.
Make it fun. You gotta make it fun. You gotta make it exciting.
Yeah, and he doesn't, like, he's not the sharpest tennis mind. Mm-hmm. Like, I kind of talked shop with him a little bit, and I can tell he's not. Like, he started his coaching career coaching football.
Right.
And then he got given a tennis assignment to coach, assistant coach of tennis, and he ended up, like, actually really liking it. So that's what caused him to pivot. But,
sure.
Even though he's not, like, a great tennis mind, he is doing a lot of the right things to get people in place to help him. People with better minds than he has in that regard. Which I think that's he's not too proud, where he's like, yeah, nobody can talk to my kids.
Right.
It's the opposite. It's like, help me, please.
Yeah. Anything to make the kids better, yeah.
Yeah. It was good. Broke out some of the classic drills.
Yeah. Run and gun?
Yeah. You always gotta do run and gun near the end of practice. Always. It's just like, I don't know. It's a challenge to do a 3-day camp whenever you've got a 7th grade girl that just started playing tennis this year.
Right.
And in the same group, you have the number 1 boy on varsity.
Right.
And so it's just like, okay, how do we come up with drills that aren't just going to make this like demoralizing for the little girl, but also like you don't want to make it boring for the higher level players. And so we switched courts up a lot, and had an advance in level court and a beginner level court. I didn't tell them that. I didn't tell them you're on the beginner court. But
Group A, Group A, Group B.
Yeah, and mostly everything we worked on this week was like this double stuff. The coach told me and I witnessed it by being at most of the matches this year. Like, there's just not a lot of confidence in what to do at the net in general.
Right.
And not
from us either.
So
even the good teams didn't have confidence.
Oh man, and it's just like, yeah. So we did like a 3v3 interceptors type drill where you line up like you're in a typical doubles formation, but then you have a third player on the court that's going to be at the baseline opposite of the server. So if you're serving to the deuce court, that third player will be kind of guarding the line, and the whole idea is like, I want that net person to poach everything, knowing that he's got plenty of backup behind him. And just like be really aggressive at the net, because these kids they don't get aggressive in the net. They're like, well, if I kind of try to poach and they beat me down the line, and we just lose a point. Well, all right, let me just put somebody over there then.
Right. So
there's no excuse to not be aggressive with the net, and don't let me hear that crap. And so we did that drill each day. And the first day, they were just like, there was stuff coming in like super slow and up around the head, but it was cross court, so the kids weren't going for it. I'm like, no, just go hit that. Like, there's no reason not to. And so anyway, we did it, and keep points. But any volley winner was worth 5 points. A regular point's only worth 1. Volley winner is worth 5. So like, trying to incentivize them just to be aggressive. And so first day, a lot of timid kids on that sort of thing. But then like today, they were finally getting to that point where it's just like really laying into the ball. We'll see.
Yeah, that's good.
Did another fun drill that I found a couple years ago. It was really neat. You self-feed. So there's 2 people at one baseline, and then on the other side of the net is the rest of the people in a single file line, and self-feed. But it's called swarm because I want you to go to the net. So you can do whatever you want with that self-feed. You can like serve it, you can drop shot, you can lob, whatever. I don't care.
Right.
Use it to your advantage, and then the only thing is that like from there you have to go to the net. So trying to get them to be a little bit more thoughtful on a self-feed, like you're being intentional about where the ball's going to go. Like just put it to the weakest person's backhand, right? And then you win the point. And so when you're self-feeding, you're more conscious about where you want to put the ball, because these kids, when they're playing actual points, they're not thinking about ball placement. They're just like slapping it. So trying to get them to process, like actually think about where you're hitting this ball and why you're hitting it there, and being more intentional about it. So
yeah,
started to work out really well. I was just like, all right, look, this feed, you don't gotta hit it hard. Just hit it to that kid's backhand and watch what happens. It was just like a lob every time, and winner. Like, oh yeah, that's all you have to do. Yes, that's it. On an approach shot, all you have to do is put it deep to somebody's backhand. Not fast, not hard, just deep to their backhand. And at this level, that's going to net you a point.
Right.
And then it did over and over, and it's just like, oh wow, you're right. When I get an approach shot, I don't have to hit a sports center, forehand. I can just anything within 18 inches of the baseline to somebody's backhand is just a recipe for success. It sometimes it's tough though, because what these kids need is like fundamental training and coaching, and you can't do that in a group setting. Like if I notice, when they're warming up from serves and stuff, A lot of kids are using non-continental grips, sometimes flying like semi-western on the serve and a patty taking it. And if I wanted to correct that, I've got to take that kid, pull them aside, and spend 10 minutes just like each serve ironing that out. Well, what's the other 19 kids going to do while you're doing that? And so that's one of the big issues. There's one head coach for the program, and there's 60 kids in the athletic period, and so he's not. Even if he did have that knowledge, which I don't think he really does, he doesn't have the ability to really focus on that. And that's not unique to tennis. That's like every sport. Like our basketball coach, if you got a chicken wing elbow out there on your 3-point shot, he can't really work on fixing it. Because what's everybody else gonna do?
Whatever you're doing, yeah, just try to get better at it on your own.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it gets better. Somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's unfortunately that kind of stuff has to come from kind of their own individual practice a lot of times.
Yeah.
They're just have fun and just happy to get the ball over the net most of the time.
Yep.
So yeah, it's definitely is a balancing act there for sure.
I told him yesterday during one of the breaks when we were getting water, like, guys, I'm going to tell you something, and I don't mean this to be rude. It's just the truth, and you know it's the truth because none of you won state. But every single one of you has some major form issues, grip issues, like positioning, like there's massive issues that can't be fixed in a group setting. You need to get my phone number or somebody else's and go do some actual training to fix some of those things. And they just looked at me like, "Oh, dude, I'm the number one player here. What do you mean there's something wrong with me?" Yeah, well, you didn't win state, so if you didn't win state, you still have room to improve.
Yeah.
It's just the quality at the 40 level is so much lower, man.
Yeah.
I watched like we're playing really bad. We're playing Orange Grove. We're playing Sinton. We're playing, Beeville. We're just playing a bunch of teams that are really lousy. Whereas we had to freaking play Firebluff and Carlisle, Lemon, Toloso, and Portland every year. Like, gosh.
Get some good matches against Ray and Carroll and King and
they were a classification higher than us. Mm-hmm. Those schools were, but we still had to play in the spring tennis.
Right. Yeah, we still played against them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Well, and before this new coach got hired, so it's been like 5 coaches in 6 years or something, right? It's been a lot of turnover since Senard left. And what's happened though is since like you get that much turnover, the quality of the kids has gone down quite a bit. And so the last couple of coaches, whenever we play like TM and the non-district dual matches, he tells Coach Senard to not bring his like top 5 guys to girls. Bring some others. We get this dual match and we lose it like 12-17, or sometimes get closer to winning it, and our kids are like, "Oh, we beat TM," and then all these matches are now uploaded on UTR, the Universal Tennis Ranking System, and I'll go look at it and be like, "All right, that's crazy. We almost beat TM." Let me go look at it, and I go look at it and like. There's not a kid on varsity that showed up, so our varsity isn't beating TM's JV, but they're getting close enough that they think they're them, and it's just like, dude, we're not where we need to be. So this coach, whenever he got here, he told them, like, whether we're playing, it doesn't matter who we're playing, he's just like, I just want you to ring your best players. And so we've had some dual matches where, like, we just lose 19-0.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. It's necessary because these kids think they're way better than they are.
Right.
I was never good, and I haven't played in 10 years. And then I go out there and like, I'm winning and full sets off of these kids, and it's like, that's not good for y'all.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Not a great sign. Bad feeling about this game, up 1-0, but at home to West Ham. I don't know. I haven't played West Looks like Semato's going to be banned. They did the same thing to you that they did to you, Bear, where they banned him for 2 matches, and then I said don't appeal, and they still banned him for 2 more matches. It's like, what the hell, man? I accepted the plea. Come on, man. So, yeah, he's out for 4 games. Nice.
That's not ideal.
Yeah.
It's your best player, your most important position.
Right. But at least this is kind of where thankfully I have that one in as the backup there. He gives me depth to where now I have, even with Samato out, I have 2 right backs that can play the position. So I'm not like absolutely screwed. I have to go to the under 18s team to find some half-star player. What was y'all scores?
I'm down 2-0 in the 85th. Doing good in XG, but made up stat, right?
Alright. Bryden. How about you, Bear? Where you at? Bear? Maybe he's off.
What?
None.
How's your game?
We fucking drew with like a 3xg. 0-0.
It is. Water bottle thrown.
I heard it hit the wall.
If Middlesbrough won, then we're in 3rd.
That's a tough loss.
Who did I even lose to this? 23rd. It's always the shitty teams.
Yep.
17th ranked team. It's like it's always them that squeak out some sort of ridiculousness. It's like my players aren't prepared. Well, water bottle. About to have a few words with you.
Oh, they Plymouth fired their manager.
What? I am in the sack race.
Wait, what?
You are?
Who's predicts game? It's the sack race. I'm 10-3 odds on the sack race.
What? It's weird.
Let's look at the job center.
Reading. They're looking for a guy.
Yeah, for what I did, Crystal Palace is available. Where are they? Oh, mid-table.
Yeah, I don't know how they're doing as well. I thought they were pretty poor when I played them. But
Yeah, I think they're very bad. I think they've had some good results.
yeah, I was surprised to see them that high. I could beat them with 10 men, basically. But I was at home too, though, so that helps. Lol. Tottenham can't even get the Carabao Cup.
We had to do the mile every Wednesday. Yes. And it was always like the dreaded day of the week.
Yeah.
Um,
For some of us, poor Newt. It's just painful to watch him just have to go out there. Well, keep running. Oh, God.
Oh, and then like Kim, she was running back. Like she was running so slow that she was going backwards.
Oh, Kim.
But
That's
like
too funny.
this group, they don't do any conditioning at all. They were so freaking out of shape, man. And like for the most part, our people, like we just didn't do drugs.
That's That
And
helps a
like
lot.
everybody on like in the high school right now is just like everybody vapes.
Mm,
It's like just kind of
it's just
not
a new thing.
optional. Everybody does
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah, and man, like they just have nothing. Like they have nothing to give.
yeah. And it's summer, so yeah, it's a tall order. Yeah, honestly, looking back, I mean, I know that technically, like sports science wise, running a mile isn't really, the most efficient way to improve like my stamina,
Yeah,
specifically to tennis per se, because it's not really long distance. It's kind of more of a hit kind of workout where you run fast and you take a break, run fast, take a break. But I still valued it pretty greatly because it's just more determination.
yeah. I
Just
think
like
that's
can you push yourself enough to make this time? And the answer is yes, then great, okay, you're done. If the answer is not, and then are you going to push yourself to even make like a better time?
right. Yeah, you just keep chopping it away. Yeah, yeah. You get the 8 minute, great, good job. And then
Try to get to 7:45.
you get to 7:45, you get under 7, and then there were just days where it was just like throughout the day on Wednesday in the cafeteria wherever we were.
Yeah.
Like I was just like in my mind, I'm just gonna beat Stephen and JD today. I'm gonna beat them both. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
do it today.
And you would, you would.
And then there were some days though that like apparently y'all were thinking the same thing because I come out there and it's just like first lap y'all are running like a 65 and I'm like what the frick? No chance.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
would just start to correlate. I mean, yeah, you can't really like, in your heart of hearts when it's just you there, you can't really fake like belief in yourself. Like, I've earned
hmm
the right to be here. And for me, I noticed I would just like subconsciously play better if like I gave 100% in the mile
right.
or whatever physical conditioning we were doing. If I gave 100%, whenever we played that weekend, I would perform better. And when I didn't, like I kind of slacked or whatever, then I would play worse.
Yeah, I think it just prepares your brain, your mind, like yeah, just in general. And you give that effort, yeah, guy, I'm willing to work for this.
Right. Yeah, so I think it's a good thing in general. But I mean, yeah, it's obviously. Yeah,
We have
we didn't do drugs.
that. I mean, that's a pretty big help, you know. Not all like I say like these kids all
Right,
vape,
right,
but
right.
there's the top of the class, like cream of the crops that are still keeping it together, but like
Right. Your
yeah, I
average
mean,
Joe.
this last year the valedictorian, salutatorian, number one tennis player, full ride scholarship kid has a massive vaping issue he's told me about. And it's just like he has no energy. He is addicted to this thing, and it's just like, all right, well,
It's just crazy that became a thing that they just allowed the kids to do.
yeah,
It's just so bizarre to me. Like the tobacco industry just had to find a way to
yeah,
just get people addicted to their damn killing these people products.
yeah.
That's just crazy.
We have a new athletic director that just got hired,
Hmm.
and he's told Coach Lerma, the tennis coach, that he expects all tennis players to be in the weight room every week,
Ooh.
and he wants them to, put together a schedule for all that. Just like, does he know where he is? You want tennis players to be doing strength training. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I mean, when did you start lifting weights?
15.
Senior year, or like
Well, we had that little
more?
gym in the little garage, that little Bowflex knockoff thing.
Uh huh.
And so I did like cable stuff. I was doing like flies and chest stuff for us since I was 15, 14, 15, whatever dad got it for us.
Got it for you. I never used it. Shit.
Well, that's true. you had the opportunity to. That's funny.
I might have used it 5 times.
But no, I didn't. But I never like. Yeah, that was the extent of it. Is like, yeah, I guess like resistance trading, but it's not really like, yeah, I'm not going to the squat rack.
Right. Yeah, I think there's. Oh, gosh, dude, why do I keep winning FA Cup games? 3-0. But yeah, I mean, I definitely think there's room for some of that training. I don't think it should just be bodybuilding type stuff.
Right. Yeah.
But something.
Yeah, we're not. That's not really powerlifting here. It's not gonna really. This isn't football where, your squat.
Doing some deadlifts.
Right, your deadlifts and all that are gonna, impact your making a big sack in the fourth quarter or anything. So, but I mean, if some kind of conditioning, I wouldn't say it had to be that, but any kind of whatever kind of conditioning would be better than nothing. So,
Yeah.
take what you can get, I guess.
That draw, I've now tied in points with Middlesbrough.
That's gonna go down to the wire. It always does for Coach Bear. Never a dull season. Unbelievable.
Always something going on here.
I've got Liverpool at home. Trying to get a point on.
Yep.
That'd be the dream. Oh, Man City qualified for the Euro Cup too.
Yeah, with the Carabao. They won the Carabao. Yep, I got Everton here.
Hey, you're in the 6th place slot.
Yeah, I've had a dream run here. Villa, Tottenham, Fulham, Crystal Palace, West Ham, and now I have Everton, and then I have Bournemouth. Like, I just have a nice, and then it gets Arsenal, and then Chelsea, and then Liverpool, and then Newcastle, and then Leicester, and then Man U. So it's coming. But it's been a nice, right? But it's not, but that's the best you can do. You just gotta hope you win the games that you can.
Yeah.
And then just try to get a point against Arsenal or Liverpool or whoever you can.
Yep.
So that's why
I just want to get points at home every time I play at home.
True. Yep. That's a big one.
So finally playing the FA Cup. That's cool too. Let's take that one.
Yeah. There you go. What round are you in now?
Gotta be
up there a little bit now. We're already in March.
Yeah, it's up there. It'll be quarters.
Wow. Final 8.
Yeah.
Did they give you your opponent yet or not yet?
No, I haven't drew tournament. It should be coming up. Oh, it's right now.
Oh, there you go.
Good draw. View the draw. Draw all teams. We got Southampton.
Hey!
I got you. What?
The
Premier. It's Liverpool, Everton, Newcastle, Tottenham, Man U, and me.
And Southampton.
And then you have Southampton and Norwich.
Hell yeah!
So,
the dream draw.
I got your good draw there.
The semifinals of the FA Cup? What in the world? None of us have ever gotten that far. Even the quarters is pretty far.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I've gotten some pretty good draws, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, that's part of it, of course. You can't play all the Power 6 and hope that you can make it through there.
and to lose to the 20th place team.
I've been messing up because I was looking at my tactical familiarity. I was like, why is he still not? Why is Gilmore not comfortable playing center attacking mid? He's played it for like a month, and it's like, oh well, you have him training. You don't have him training that like as an individual. Like, oh crap. So I switched that now. So hopefully that improves that.
They want me to put Weghurst on the transfer list? Match day.
Match day. Yeah. Yep.
3 of my starting backline suspended for this match.
On yellows or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that always hurts.
Yeah. Not the best time when you're at home. Liverpool coming to town.
Right. Good luck, boys. We are at Everton. Everton 1-0. 3 minutes in. Thanks.
Sorry about to hear that.
Oh!
Soppy's getting in on the action.
Safi? What do you mean Safi? What's he getting on? What action is he getting on?
He scored.
He scored! Oh! Header or shot?
Thiago Dantes to Soppy BJ. It's a third ball. It's good. Middle midfielder pickup mid-season. Dantes.
Yep, Dantes, yep.
No one over to Dantes.
Well, 2 yellows and another send-off. Back-to-back games. Yikes.
So unlucky.
I don't know if I'm going to overcome this one. Guy gets 2 yellows in 41 minutes of play. Not ideal. But, I mean, I'm not going to complain. I've been on a great run here. Got in at some point.
Hey, well, still got a second half.
Right, yeah.
Good.
The whole second half of 10 men.
You know, we got XG. You had XG.
Yeah, it's fine. Count myself out, but it's definitely a challenge. Oh my god, how about 2 reds?
Wow. Now you found yourself out.
Yeah, I think I'll
Now you're, yeah, take everything I said back.
Two yellows. So Mosquera got 2 yellows, and then my right back got 2 yellows in a row. Which, I mean, that's what kills me about it, is that it's not just that, you know, you lose this game, but the fact that it carries over to the next game is the killer for me.
Yeah.
I don't, like, if we lose this game, that's fine, but you're basically like, we just lost like 2 games now. Or, I mean, we're going to be at a much greater disadvantage of winning 2 games than we would have otherwise, so it's just, it's tough.
Yeah, you get traded.
Weghorst?
Can't miss that.
Trade him on the spot. Maybe cooking him breakfast here in a second.
Take it off, Stu.
What's your score, Bear?
3-0.
Up 3-0?
3-1.
3-2. How about you, Bill?
I'm knotted up at 2.
Oh, okay.
60th minute here. You gotta be offsides, right? Keep the flag down, please. Uh,
2-0 Everton.
yes.
And Neves gets hurt. The groin. That's actually
God.
sad.
Oh, no.
Had a good run. Had a good run.
I have two times in this game I've given up goal to the punt.
Oh, you won 3-1?
Middlesbrough and Southampton playing the last game of the season. First and third there. Oh, you play Southampton, Billy, in the
Yeah.
FA
Let's play 'em.
Cup?
FA Cup, yeah.
Quarter Quarterfinal. There
I'll send
go
you,
the beans.
I'll send you the scouting report. I lost 4-2 at home. I really had a chance to beat that team if I had my players. At home, not anywhere else. But
Right. Let's just hope it's not a long-term injury for Neves.
Well, 7 unbeaten at least. Damn, Southampton keeps on winning.
Do they?
Yeah. They haven't lost a game since Man City in December. Damn. They're good.
Yeah, Neves is out 3 to 4 weeks with the groin strain. Oh well. Not the best, but it could be worse.
we got Leeds in 7 days, which I hope's there.
Right, yeah.
I'm in Leeds, so who knows?
Soppy reaches yellow card limit.
He does, yeah. He gets carded like every damn game.
You know, that's the coach there. Coach is telling him to play aggressive, and he takes that to heart.
Yep.
I still just don't understand. I look at Tyreek Mitchell. I look at his stats, and I'm just like, oh, he's so freaking good.
Yeah.
Here he is, 22 games in, 2 assists, 6.8 rating. Oh, definitely a miss on my part. I paid. How much did I pay for him?
Oh, wow.
I'll be happy if I get what I paid back. I think I paid 20 for him, and his value is 19 to 20. I paid 15. His value is 19 to 20. So. Valve will be trying to sell him in the summer. Oh God! And now Pickford's out 2 to 3 weeks. Sheesh. Oh, yep, had a good run. I hope I can field a team against Bournemouth here. I'll be alright. It's just crazy. Like my other save, I basically played like kind of Liverpool did. Like I think it was like 2 seasons ago, where they played every possible game that they could have played because they made the finals.
Right.
They won the FA Cup. They won the Carabao Cup. They made the finals of the Champions League. I think it was like 60-something games.
Yeah,
like,
and then they had to fall off this season because of it.
Died. Yeah, they just all died. Which I don't blame them really. Yeah, especially like it was just funny for them because like basically like their midfielders, which obviously are basically the guys that run the most, and the fullbacks too, like Robertson, their left back, they just had really bad seasons in general, and it's like, they're just not playing aggressive enough. They're not getting to their spots quick enough. They're on their trigger press. It's like, yeah, they're freaking dead. They played 60 games last season.
Yeah, it was a price to be paid.
Especially the way like Klopp is very much like
right.
Press, run. So you put that over 60 years, and he's been there for 4 years. So all those players are running for 4 years. They're getting older, and he needs a new class there. So.
Yep.
But it just reminds me because like my other save I was Sevilla, and I basically did this. I did a pretty similar thing, but it was still less games because England has the Carabao and the FA Cup, and Spain just has one, like the Copa del Rey, which is like basically the FA Cup. That's it. So it's still like, I don't know, 8 less games, but like just the depth that you need to play like basically 2 games every week for 8 months.
Crazy.
It's just insane. If you're gonna try to get to like the business end of like those competitions, and like for me now, it's like the injuries I had. If like I was thinking about like my other save, if I had these like 3 injuries, I mean I have to change my goals personally are like much different. But like here, since we play once a week, Neves really only he's out for 3 to 4 weeks. He really only misses like 3 games, whereas it could have been like 7 or 8 in a if you're playing 2 games a week and sometimes 3.
Yep. I mean, yeah. When you play multiple matches and you have an injury, it's obviously punishment's way worse. And like slow starts are really painful too, because it's like what's happening in LCS right now. If you haven't watched, or if you have, but every week's a super week because they got to make up for stuff. Really, I mean, seriously, they're playing 3 matches a week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or something like that.
Oh, jeez.
But like Five West was by and large picked to be one of the top 3 games.
Right, they're really good
by everybody, and they're really good last year, and then kind of tanked in playoffs.
Right.
But they've got the roster, they've got everything. Well, they started out slow in the first all last week and then early part of this week. And usually, if you just start off with a bad start, you're like, 0-2, no big deal.
Right.
You can come back from that.
Yeah.
But right now, you start off with a bad start. It could literally, like, you had 2 bad weeks, you're 0-6, man. It's a lot more painful than 0-4.
Yeah.
Yeah, you started your season 1-3, yeah, that's fine.
Right.
Oh, you started 1-5?
Yeah, it's tougher.
Yeah. You don't have, like, whenever that many matches are being played, you just don't have room to not be sharp. And I think that's the same when you play in all of these competitions and all that, like, stuff.
Yeah, that'll do it. So you travel to Leeds.
Yeah, I'm going into Leeds.
And I'm home to Bournemouth. Where do you have, Bear?
Bear has Derby.
21st place Derby. About to lose this one.
Fortunately for you, Tom Bloxham doesn't play for them anymore.
Oh, thank God.
Could have been bad. Could have been bad.
I used to bid on so many games where my players aren't. I could start all my starters very often.
Right.
Once a week.
Yep. It's nice. It is nice. I don't even have enough. I have at least 2 week injuries and then 3 suspensions for this game. I don't even have enough players to fill up the sub roster. I just have an extra spot open. I'm just gonna sub myself. I'll sign myself up for the 9th sub spot. Oh, man. That's how it goes sometimes. It's just so hard to. I'm gonna do it though, but it's just so hard to rotate. But I'm gonna do it. Oh God, Paris Saint-Germain is interested in transferring Billy Gilmore. Please no. Which scares me though, because he's like worth like 75 to 85 mil, and like, oh well, PSG has the money to pay for it. They could do it. That's scary, but hopefully not. Try to keep him. I mean, he will have it. I don't know. I think he's excellent. So I'm a bit biased. Yellow card immediately. 2 minutes in for Mitchell.
What? I gave up a goal in the first 4 minutes? The heck? Berate.
Be right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
That's bullcrap, dude. Straight red on the ball. Bullcrap. Bullcrap. Rigged.
It's
It's
a
freaking
guys.
league. It's freaking rigged, man.
Mm-hmm. Over 1-0 at home against Bournemouth.
Yeah, hoping to sneak one out here. Trying to rotate some strikers. Oh, Felix with the deflected goal in. Very nice.
It is 2-1. As of right now. Double deflection. 2 shots. Deflection. Winning. They scored on their only shot on target. Only shot of the game. That's what they scored.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Game. Oh, they just scored again. Second goal of the season. That one of the guys been on the pitch for 15 minutes all season long. So many scores under. And 14.
He gave up. He gave up the pen. That is so soft. I'm going after these refs after this match. Straight red, my guy. And you call a penalty on this crowd.
Gilhart with the hand trick.
Gilhart?
Yep. Hand trick.
Takashi almost had a hat trick. Instead wanted to hit 100 miles an hour straight onto the post. Would happily take a W here now. And we do. What's your score now, Bear?
4-2.
You're scoring a lot.
5-2.
That live update and you still. Time you get the words out of your mouth, different score.
6-2.
Yeah,
No,
that's what I'm saying.
stop it. Are you serious? No, you're not.
6-2. 22 shots.
Sheesh. Fire away, huh, Bear?
Huh? 6-2 beat Derby.
I'm pulling it up already.
In the locker room.
Except the locker room early to just let the city go. Chill out while the rest of my team is kicking their ass. You won that game, sir?
I did. Yep. Held on for 2-0. Yeah, that was a good. And next up is at Arsenal. Yikes.
as determination goes. We're down. Well,
guess we should save it there. It's getting a little later.
I ended up losing 3-2, down a player from the 9th minute, 10th minute, whatever. I'm appealing. I'm appealing against the suspension.
There you go. Appeal. Not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna hurt.
It was a bad call.
There you go.
Like, nobody went to the ground. Like, the defender didn't go to the ground. The attacker didn't go to the ground. Nobody went to the ground. So how bad was it, really?
Right.
mm-hmm.
And just straight red on a different set. I don't know. It was weak. Freaking collusion.
I agree.
Good news, I think, for me is that upcoming schedule gets. I think I have pretty good teams, pretty weak teams. Good for me. I've got Tottenham, Crystal Palace as my next 2 Premier League matches.
Gotcha, yeah. I'm playing. Yes, 6 of my remaining 9 are against top 7 teams.
Oof.
I have Newcastle, I have Man U, I have Chelsea, I have Leicester, Arsenal, and Liverpool. Yeah, so I have 6 of them. They're all having me at the table, so.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a good run there against the Villas and Palaces of the world, and played Fulham twice, but yeah, it's gonna get dicey there.
Should next position I should get Miguel Fadé back.
That'll be big.
That'll be very helpful.
Yeah. Alright, boys, GG's.
GG's.
We'll catch y'all on Monday Night Football.
That's right.
Good night, guys.
Good night, GG's.
GG's.